to some extent, it's much more what they haven't done. My colleague Ian Gallagher, who is the chief reporter of the Mail on Sunday, spent some time talking to the head of the Swedish body which monitors this, and he said, well, he had been quite pleased with the original British response and was shocked when they suddenly went into this decision to start shutting down the economy. What Sweden has done is proportionate. It's closed some schools. It's restricted the size of gatherings to, I think, 50 now. If you go to a cafe, there's no bar service. You have to sit at a table and be waited on. People are expected to take reasonable measures that a responsible human being can take to distance themselves from each other, but they have not closed down Stockholm and turned it into a ghost city or anywhere else, and the place continues to function as an economy. They understand they have lost by what they have done quite substantially, and that there will be a fall in gross domestic product, but they haven't gone as far as we have. It's been a proportionate response, and I have to tell you, looking at the figures, that there is no connection that I can see mathematically at all between the action which the British government has taken and the number of cases of COVID-19 deaths which are recorded, and no connection between the action the Swedish government has taken. The figures appear to vary completely independently of this. And this is the fascinating thing. If you look at all the countries where there have been outbreaks of COVID-19, starting with China, moving on to South Korea, Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan, the United States, Latin America, the Netherlands, France, Italy, Spain, wherever it is, you cannot find a pattern which shows that this particular action has been successful. The one which people seem to think has been successful is the one in Wuhan in China, where the Chinese government, which instinctively resorts to repression because that's what it does, resorted to repression. But we don't know whether the Chinese government's claim to have got it under control is even true. Because in a police state, a censored police state such as the People's Republic of China, you cannot conceivably rely on statistics as being a proper representation of the truth. We don't know. Fascinating thing as well. Hong Kong and Singapore were both praised, two very similar city-states on small patches of land, were both praised for their response to the crisis. And they, oddly enough, the results of their responses were pretty much the same. But the interesting thing is, if you look at their responses, they were different. So different actions led to the same response. There is no pattern. There is nobody who can stand up and say, either using correlation or let alone causation, that there is any connection between the action being taken by the British government and any reduction in deaths. Any examination of the figures for deaths which the government produced, which badly need to be examined.
We will make America great again.